Jet sponsors coverage of the Silverstone Classic.
There was another 50th celebration here this weekend. There have now been 50 Grand Prix held around the wonderful circuit at Silverstone. To mark the occasion, there was a record parade of no less than 84 Formula One cars, with Sir Stirling Moss leading the way.
It's a big moment. I mean, it's been all through my life of racing. This has been one of the most exciting and important races to take part in. So coming back is very, very nice.
David Brabham joined the front of the parade as a tribute to his father. Australian Grand Prix legend Sir Jack Brabham passed away earlier in the year. Sir Jack remains the only man ever to take a Formula One World Championship crown in a car bearing his own name. So it was fitting David drove one of his old machines.
But I probably wasn't expecting to see you pushing your car back down the pit lane at the end of that parade lap.
Well, no, my dad did push a car across the line to win a world championship. It wasn't that one; it was the 1959 one. But I have to say that was one very special moment out there in that parade. Not only just to be driving a BT24 Brabham, but also to have Stirling Moss next to me, going around, taking selfies, taking pictures of Stirling, and also hearing him down the gearbox. It was like yesterday. It was just beautiful. No anything like that. He just knew exactly what he was doing. It was just amazing.
One of the highlights of the Silverstone Classic, the historic Formula One race, the FIA Masters historic grid, packed with glorious cars from the Cosworth era. On pole, Ollie Hancock in the yellow Fittipaldi, Martin Stretton alongside him in his Tyrrell 0012. Away they go, the Cosworth V8's roaring, and down by the pit wall, Kubota in the Lotus 72 getting very squirrely, coming off 9th on the grid. Not everybody getting away cleanly despite the rolling start. Down into the tightest part of the circuit, keeping these priceless cars just away from each other. James Hunt's M23 McLaren there in the middle of the field, but it is the Reading-built Fittipaldi that leads, from Martin Stretton in second place, Ollie Hancock the race leader there. The six-wheel March 240 of James Hansen. And Ollie Hancock in the Fittipaldi ahead of Martin Stretton. Aaron Scott third in that March 761 there, ahead of the Williams FW07C of Christoph Dansenberg, the car that Alan Jones drove as the reigning world champion in 1981, of course. Fantastic. There's the last Hesketh 308E, driven by Michael Lyons. Raced in period by Rupert Keegan. Sweeping down into the Beckett's S's. Of course, these didn't exist in the era that these cars were racing, but I'm sure every one of the drivers would have loved them. He's right behind Ian Simmons, Tyrrell 012. Another classic super lightweight Tyrrell. Martin Stretton in the other one. Number 44 car in second place, and those Cosworth DFY engine cars, the short extra revvy DFE, raced against the turbo cars in Formula One, just being passed by Michael Lyons. Ollie Hancock and Martin Stretton are top two now, with Christoph Dansenberg closing in the Williams FW07. And behind him, coming up fast on the rails as well, is the Arrows A4, the orange Ragno liveried car of Steve Hartley. So Hartley really on a tear. Looking to the inside of the Williams driver, Christoph Dansenberg sees him coming as Martin Stretton gets a bit of a wiggle going in the Tyrrell, really drilling the throttle onto the Wellington straight, right up behind the yellow Fittipaldi of Ollie Hancock, but Christoph Dansenberg is there too in the Williams. If Stretton miscues this, he's going to lose second. He drives around the outside. Hancock was very defensive, and Martin Stretton, Mighty Mouse, leaps into the lead in the ultra lightweight Tyrrell 012. Well, that was a great piece of attacking driving, planned that out well in advance. So Stretton the race leader from Ollie Hancock in second place. Christoph Dansenberg, right with him Steve Hartley, and Michael Lyons in the Hesketh up to fifth place. We'll take a look in replay. Ollie Hancock, middle of the road, not using the full width of the tarmac, guarding the inside. Stretton just drives around the outside using the grip of that lightweight Tyrrell. Ollie Hancock on pole after the brief qualifying session, but now really under threat for second place from Steve Hartley in the orange and white arrows. As Christoph Dansenburg closes up into Williams, around the outside goes Steve Hartley. That'll cut back to the inside as they get to Village. He's up into second, but didn't get the car stopped. Drifts out very wide, and Hancock shuttles back up the inside in the yellow Fittipaldi. And here comes Dansenburg in the Williams, and right behind Michael Lyons in the Hesketh. Could make this a four-way party. Ollie Hancock still in second. A dead heat for third. Williams inside arrows, and the Hesketh is right with them now. So Ollie Hancock, the stopper in the bottle, and as ever producing great racing right behind. Christoph Dansenburg in third place, but Steve Hartley in the arrows coming alongside the Williams, doesn't get the drive onto the old straight. Of course, this battle allowing Martin Stretton, the race leader, to escape, and look how different these cars are. The Fittipaldi with its big square high airbox, much more slimline arrows, and Williams right behind. Into the Beckett's S's, lunging to the inside. That's brave as you like from Steve Hartley. Christoph Dansenburg gets the drive off the Chapel curve. He's still in third place in the Williams as they come down the straight. Stretton takes a long look in the mirrors, probably to enjoy the race behind, as they go by the surtees of Judy Lyons and into Stowe. One of the fastest corners on the planet when these cars race, originally around the flying Silverstone Grand Prix circuit. And even so, these days, still a massive challenge for the brakes and for the grip. Ollie Hancock now desperately trying to hold on to second from Steve Hartley into Abbey. And Hartley all over the back of the Fittipaldi. The arrows with grip to spare, lunges to the inside. Does he get it stopped? Yes, but big understeer there, no grip at all. And Ollie Hancock trying to come back at him, and Christoph Dansenburg again very deep into the corner. Michael Lyons, Blue Hesketh right behind, and once more Hancock gets in front onto the straight, and Dansenburg almost sliding off the corner in 1970 style. These radial tyres don't like being slid the way the older cross-plies would have done. Of course, this is the era where the cross-ply finally gave way to radial tyre technology. And still Steve Hartley in the Ragno arrows, pushing. Look at this, alongside Ollie Hancock. And Dansenburg comes off this sequence so fast. See how quickly he comes up behind as they battle in front. Look at that, just a little save to avoid running right into the back of the arrows. Well, you'd hardly think that these cars are museum pieces. They look like they're being raced for real, and they are. The drivers taking care of themselves and their rivals' machinery, but still racing wheel to wheel and loving every minute of the experience. You can't beat the rasp of a DFV. Steve Hartley looks like he may finally have made the move for second place stick on Ollie Hancock. Got by early enough. By the time they get onto the Wellington straight, he is clear, leaving Hancock to deal with the Williams and the Williams to deal with the Hesketh as Michael Lyons tries to drift it off the corner. Greg Thornton rolling to a halt in the ex-Elio De Angelis Lotus 91. Martin Stretton heading to the checkered flag in a car with which Danny Sullivan never won a Grand Prix, but Martin Stretton is going to win in it here at Silverstone. Takes the FIA Masters historic checkered flag ahead of Steve Hartley, and the battle for third, Christoph Dansenburg ahead of Ollie Hancock in the yellow Fittipaldi and Michael Lyons in fifth. Seventh place battle, Manfredo Rossi de Montelera in his Brabham ahead of Katsu Kubota's Lotus 72, and Ian Simmons on his tail in the Tyrrell just ahead of Patrick Daubrey's March 761. And a very happy Martin Stretton, our race winner. 6 different car constructors in the top half dozen, and fantastic racing, justifiably one of the real highlights of the Silverstone Classic.
He's still got the power.
Well, I've had a fantastic time here at the Silverstone Classic, looking at some beautiful cars and meeting some of the stars who drive them. But sadly, all good things must come to an end. That's it from the Silverstone Classic for 2014. We hope you've enjoyed all the action. See you next year. Bye-bye.
Jet sponsors coverage of the Silverstone Classic.